All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are cracking the code on something that so many of us deal with, right? Why we keep getting stuck in the same frustrating, sometimes painful relationship patterns over and over again. And more importantly, how we can actually break free for good. So, have you ever felt like you're caught in some kind of relationship glitch? You know, like a character in a video game who just keeps running into the same invisible wall no matter what you do? Trust me, it is not just you. This is a super common experience.
Maybe for you, it's that you keep finding yourself drawn to people who are emotionally unavailable. Or you get triggered by the same little things, and suddenly a calm night just turns into a massive fight. For some people, relationships just feel like total chaos. And for others, a secure, calm connection feels, well, honestly, kind of boring. And then there's that constant feeling of just waiting for the other shoe to drop. If any of this is ringing a bell, you're in exactly the right place.
Okay, so where is this glitch actually coming from? It's not bad luck, and it's definitely not some flaw in who you are. The real source code is running way deeper, in the background. We have to look at your subconscious blueprint. Just think about the power dynamic that's happening inside your own mind. You've got your conscious mind. That's the part that makes pro-con lists about what you want in a partner. It's logical. But here's the kicker. It only accounts for about 5% of your decision-making. The other 95%, that's your subconscious. And it is the home of all your deep-seated programming, your habits, your emotions. It's what's really driving the car when it comes to who you're attracted to and how you react. And this really gets to the heart of the problem. As relationship expert Tyus Gibson says, your conscious mind can't outwill or overpower your subconscious mind. This is exactly why sheer willpower, just telling yourself, okay, this time I'm going to choose someone different, almost never works. You're basically bringing a 5% army to a 95% battle.
So how does all this programming get written into our subconscious in the first place? Well, let me use an analogy to make this super clear.
Imagine you're just walking in the woods, and out of nowhere, a bear appears. It's a terrifying, life-threatening moment. You get away, thankfully, but your brain has just recorded that entire event in high definition. Now imagine going back into those same woods the very next day. What's going to happen? Your whole system is on high alert. Every little rustle of leaves, every shadow that moves, every snapping twig, it all sounds and feels like that bear is about to jump out again. Your nervous system is bracing for impact. And here's the crucial link. Our past emotional wounds work in the exact same way. An experience where you felt abandoned or betrayed or made to feel like you're not good enough. That's the bear. It puts your nervous system on constant high alert, making you scan all your current relationships for any sign of that same danger, which, often causes us to overreact to things that aren't actually a threat at all.
But here's the good news. We can totally map this internal territory. We can actually find the specific bears that we're constantly on the lookout for. And this blueprint, well, experts call it your attachment style. It's basically the way you learned how to connect with other people based on your earliest experiences.
And let's get one thing straight, okay? Your attachment style is not some kind of life sentence. It's not a permanent label you're stuck with. Think of it more like a diagnostic tool. It's a map that clearly points to your core wounds and shows you exactly where the healing needs to happen.
So this chart here kind of breaks down the most common bears for the different insecure attachment styles. So, if you lean anxious, you might be constantly scanning for any little sign of abandonment or being left alone. If you're more dismissive avoidant, your bear might be a deep fear of being trapped or feeling defective. And for the fearful avoidant, it's often a really tough mix of both. Just take a second, see if you recognize your own bear in there. Okay, so recognizing the pattern, that's a huge first step. But the most exciting part is that you can actively do something about it. So let's get into the toolkit. Let's talk about how to actually rewire your brain.
This right here is probably the single most empowering idea we're going to talk about. You are not stuck with this programming. You can intentionally create new neural pathways and literally overwrite that old glitchy code. This whole process is called reprogramming, and it works because your subconscious mind, it doesn't really speak in logic or words. It speaks the language of emotions and images. So by repeating new thoughts that are backed by strong emotion, you can literally build new roads in your brain, training it to run on a much healthier operating system.
Now, there are actually 5 pillars to building a secure self, but today we're going to focus on the absolute foundation. The first, and honestly the most powerful one, actively rewiring your core wounds.
So here is a simple but really profound 21-day exercise you can do. Step 1, define your new belief. You just flip your core wound on its head. So, I am not good enough becomes I am good enough. Simple. Step 2 is to gather proof. Your subconscious needs evidence, right? So you list 10 specific memories, they can be big or small, that actually support this new belief. And then step 3, you record yourself saying that new belief and reading those 10 memories. And you listen to that recording every single day for 21 days, especially when your mind is relaxed, like right when you wake up.
And why 21 days? Is that just some random number? Nope. Neuroscience tells us that's about how long it takes to build a strong new neural network. And get this, in a survey of 60,000 people who tried this, an absolutely incredible 99.7% of those who did it without missing a single day reported successfully rewiring their core wound. I mean, that is just stunningly effective.
So what's the ultimate payoff for doing all this work? I promise you, it's so much bigger than just having better dates. It is a fundamental upgrade to your entire internal world.
Because healing these wounds, it isn't just about not getting triggered anymore. It's about reclaiming the massive amount of mental and emotional energy that you're currently spending on all that internal drama. On scanning for bears that aren't even there.
Thais Gibson describes this feeling so beautifully. She says that after doing this work, it felt like I had so much space back in my mind, room to be present. Just imagine what that actually feels like. Not being all preoccupied with worry, but having the mental space to be creative, to actually be present with the people you love, and to design the life you really want.
So I'm just going to leave you with this one question to think about. If all that energy you spend fighting old fears, worrying about being abandoned, or feeling like you're not good enough, if all of that was suddenly freed up, what could you build with it?